What's going on, guys? It's Fox, and in today's video tutorial I'll be showing you how to update the Saroo card. I bought the Saroo card on eBay for I think it was like $80 or $90 with free shipping. A lot of people are confused on how to update this, so I went ahead and I made you a repack. I spent a little bit of time getting everything all tweaked and everything all working fine. So I ordered an HDMI cable for the Sega Saturn so I can plug into the Elgato so you can see high quality footage. So I'm just going to be making this video tutorial guide to showing you how to update your Saroo. Doesn't matter what version you're on, it will work out of the gate. I highly recommend before you use my repack and update your Saroo card, you back up your firmware. So just in case my firmware is not compatible with your Saroo card, you won't run into a problem where your Saroo card's dead because you have your old firmware. So let's jump into the guide. I'll meet you on the desktop. So in the meantime, put your SD card into the computer. After you put your SD card into the computer, download my package. You want to right click, press extract here. Okay, after you download my repack and extracts, open up the folder. I have included some older firmwares just in case you need them. It's called backup of old firmwares. When I bought my Saroo card, the gentleman gave me this firmware. And this firmware works in there. These are updated ones, but so just in case if you lose your original Saroo firmware and you need it, you have it right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my repack. So we're going to go to the latest firmware right here, and what I want you to do is I want you to copy this folder. So just click it once, right click, press copy. Let's say for the sake of argument that you're using a brand new SD card or you don't have one. Put your SD card into the computer and we're going to format it. We're going to do it in exFAT, not FAT32. I know exFAT works fine without a problem. So you want to right click, then you want to click format. Before you click on format, make sure you're at 64. Sometimes it defaults to 128, so make sure you're at 64. So press start. And what we're going to do is we're going to format this 2 times to make sure there's no errors. I already had a problem where one of my SD cards did not work. Luckily, I have a lot of SD cards laying around, so I just grabbed another one and plugged it in. Maybe my SD card is broken or something. I don't know. I use them a lot, so who the heck knows. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up your SD card. Right click, press paste. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, that copied over. I'm going to show you how to put a game on. You want to open up the Saroo folder and you want to open up the ISO folder. Wherever you get your games from, you need to make sure they're in .bin and .q file. If you're not sure if they're in .bin and .q file, they're going to be loose files. Later, I will make a video guide on how to extract an ISO and convert it to .bin and .q, so make sure you have all these files like this. Then what you want to do is you want to drag and drop the whole folder, and you can name it whatever you want to name it. I have a custom config file in there, so it alphabetizes everything. It starts by the first letter. So let's say you have Panzer Dragoon, you have Street Fighter, so on and so forth. It will actually put everything in alphabetical order. And like I said, guys, don't sweat it. If you load up an SD card into the computer and it's not working, just grab another SD card. This thing's kind of finicky, kind of not finicky. It all depends on the SD card. It's the same brands, and it's just a 64 gigabytes not working, so I threw 128 gig in there, I believe it is, and that's working. I'm going to meet you on the TV. We're not going to be doing a lot of footage on the TV because I don't have the HDMI cable and the quality is going to be very bad, so I'm just giving you a heads up. So let's go on the Sega Saturn, and before we go on the Sega Saturn, make sure that you put your SD card into your Saroo. So I'll meet you on the Saturn. Just another quick thing I forgot to mention: when you open up your SD card, what you want to do is open up your SD card, open up the Saroo folder, and inside the ISO folder, this is where all your games go. Your games must be inside of a folder with a name. They cannot be loose on the root of that folder. Every game needs to be put in a folder. I'll show you an example. As you can see, here's an example of my card that I backed up. As you can see the files are loose in here, so you want to make sure it looks like that. Okay, now we'll jump onto the Saturn. Okay, now the SD card is plugged into the Saroo and it's plugged into your system. Now we're going to turn the system on, so go ahead and press the power button. And I'll walk you through some of the stuff on here.
Hi there, Senpai. Welcome to Sega Saturn Saroo version 0.7.
In my repacks, I'm going to be including that custom audio GIF so you know what version that you're on. Right now we're on the latest version is 0.7. Don't mind the wishy-washy stuff. It's a CRT. This always happens. So if you want to run your game, you can just go to select game and you press A on here. This pack has all the cover art injected as long as you name it, you know, what the game's called, Metal Slug. So that's it for that. I don't touch this. There's no need to use this as of right now. I have not used it. I have not seen any people use it before. We're basically upgrading our firmware via the micro card. This is to actually flash the Saroo flash cart with some kind of special firmware. I'm not really sure about this. Haven't came across this yet. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to really make any more videos until I get the HDMI to Sega Saturn cable. Then the quality will be better. But we can jump into a game to see what it looks like. So just you press A, then press A one more time, and that loads it. And the loading times on here are extremely quickly. No more sluggish CDs and everything like that. So this loads up pretty fast. That was me. I put it on pause for a second. So it works pretty good. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe to Fox Den. There's more Sega Saturn Saroo videos coming out shortly. Just waiting for that cable. Have an awesome day, and I hope this video guide helps you out. Thank you so much.